These are the controls of the new Txi-D. We have two rotary controls on the front. Volume, you can turn up clockwise, and then we have R for response, which we can turn clockwise to increase the response, and we have two push buttons on the front for turning on and off and other functions. We also have a socket for our illuminating hangers and fitting for our carbon arms. To fit the battery, we first need to remove the two screws on the battery door using the screwdriver provided. Don't look directly at the LEDs or have the speaker turned up to maximum when connecting the battery. Don't use rechargeable batteries. Always use a good quality 9-volt battery such as a Duracell PP3. Remove the battery door, attach the battery, replace the battery door, and then screw it back down. Be careful not to over tighten the screws. The TXI will turn on automatically when you connect the battery for the first time and be ready for use. To turn the alarm on, you hold down the two push buttons on the front, wait for the tones, and then let go. To turn the alarm off, you hold down the two push buttons on the front again, and then wait for the tones and let go. The Txi-D comes with quick start defaults to allow you to just turn on and go fishing. It is set with a medium tone. It is set to night brightness with a medium level, and also night marking is set. It also has medium beep speed. All you need to do is adjust your volume, adjust your response, and go fishing. To enter setup mode, you need to turn on the alarm holding down the push buttons on the front, keep the buttons held down, and then wait for two tones. This allows you to then adjust the tone or stealth LED modes. This is usually done at home before fishing. The tone can be adjusted by using the left-hand push button. There are 64 tones on the Txi-D, and you can go up or down the tones by pressing and releasing the left-hand push button. By continual pressing of the push button, you can also repeat the tone that you have set. Setting the tone can only be done by entering the setup mode. Allowing setup mode to time out will now set the tone. Stealth mode allows the LEDs in the alarm to be disabled and just have night marking only during the nighttime setting. It also allows just the illumination of the hanger. It is adjusted in setup mode using the right hand push button. This is a memorized setting. The Txi-D has a mute function. This will mute the Txi-D's own speaker for 5 minutes. To activate this, you hold down the left-hand push button, PB1, and release as soon as you hear a confirmation tone. The left-hand LED will flash to remind you that mute is set. You can also cancel mute at any time by pressing the same left-hand PB1 push button. Beep speed control allows the beep speed to be set totally independently from the response level. Press and hold the left hand push button 1 to cycle through the 8 speed levels, 1 being the slowest, 8 being the fastest. Release the push button when the desired speed is reached. When speed 8 is reached, it is confirmed by a continual repetition of the info tone. To reset, simply repeat the process. Use this in conjunction with the rotary response control to get optimum byte indication. This setting is memorized. The default beep speed level is 4. The TXID has the ability to be able to toggle between day and night LED modes. At switch on, the TXID is on night brightness, and this is a default at level 4 and has night marking. You can toggle then to day brightness, which is set to maximum level 8. You do this with the right hand push button. The LED brightness can be adjusted to your own personal preference, either in day or night modes. First select day or night mode to be adjusted. Press and hold PB2, the right hand push button, to cycle through the brightnesses from levels 1 to 8, 8 being the maximum. Release the push button when the required brightness is reached. When brightness 8 is reached, it is confirmed by a continual repetition of the info tone. To reset, simply repeat the process. This is a memorized setting. The TXID has an inertial measurement unit, the IMU. This gives an additional layer of security in vulnerable situations where moving the TXID will transmit an alert to the receiver. To enable, first turn the TXID off, switch it on holding down both buttons, wait for the confirmation tones, and then release push button 2, keeping push button 1 held down until confirmation tones are heard. Then release push button 1. Please note that it takes up to about 10 seconds for the IMU to stabilise. This is not memorised and will be cancelled at switch off. The IMU is now set. The TXID has a range test facility. This allows the user to set the TXID pulsing for 15 minutes to check the range. To set this, all you need to do is turn the alarm off, turn it back on, wait for the confirmation tones, release push button 1 on the left, keeping push button 2 on the right held down. Wait for the confirmation tone and then release push button 2. The range test can be cancelled at any time by pushing any push button. To reset the alarm back to factory defaults, all you need to do is turn the alarm on and hold the buttons down for 2 beeps, then 3 beeps, then let go of the buttons and then hold down PB1 until the alarm switches off. The alarm is now set to factory defaults as it came out the box. The TXID has a distinctive double tone to indicate a low battery. If the battery is low, you must replace it straight away. If the battery becomes so low that it can no longer be used, it will keep repeating the low battery warning continuously. This is also transmitted to the receiver. The TXID also has a fail-safe abort, so if any of the push buttons get held down accidentally, the alarm will switch itself off. Auto switch off is a power saving feature, which means if the TXID has no activity for 48 hours, it will turn itself off. It gives you a countdown warning, and if you want to extend for another 48 hours, you just need to press any push button.